Hi, welcome to the channel. So far on the bike we've got the wheel done, rear indicator on, and we're going to continue repairing the crash damaged W800. Going to pop on new heat shield for the exhaust. It was quite a low priority thing to be done, it didn't need to be done, but it is dented and it could do with being replaced, and I got this one cheap, second hand, 20 quid. We'll add that onto the board a bit later. Foot peg. These come in an assembly of small parts. So this one's putting together. I did lose mine, so I've had to buy the whole thing. This was 70 odd quid. So we'll put this together, get it on the bike, get the heat shield done. And we need to take the front wheel out because my friend is coming. He's going to help me drop the fork out a little bit so we can replace the fork cover, indicator bracket. Stay with me if you've not been here before. Hit subscribe, share and like. If you're not interested, you don't like it, hit the dislike button and then I'll know where we're standing. Alright, let's crack on. So for the heat shield, it looks like I've got 2 screws to undo there, and it should just drop away. That was easily enough done. I was lucky that side of the bike didn't get any more damaged really, but I did have panniers on with a light lock in the bag, a sturdy lock, so that sort of protected the rest of the shocks there, the rear foot peg and the exhaust basically. That would have been an expensive deal to replace the exhaust, over £1,000 then. So I was lucky that it was only the heat shield that got damaged, and I'll show you that now. Just along there. And in now I'll keep hold of this because you never know. The chrome has been scratched right off there as well, so it's not really usable. My friend who's going to come and help me do the fork suggested with a ball peen hammer that might have been able to be beat out. It probably will. And I ain't got a ball peen hammer, but I may try it if I get hold of one. So that's why I'll keep hold of it. A little bit of practice on panel beating from swapping bits over to panel beating. I don't think so. Anyway, let's get on and let's get some more bits done. I'm sure the bike is probably starting to feel a bit better about getting mended. So this foot peg goes on here. I need to take that pin off with this split pin here, but I've done this before and I know the easiest way to get that off is just take this assembly away. That's the easiest way to do it, and then I'm free to get that off, pop that on and then reattach it to the bike. Let's get that done. So we've got that off. I kept that on to show you, but it just fell out. That's the long bolt for it, and we'll put that on with some lock thread when we do to go back. And it does line up. See the ridges there? So what we now need to do is get this split pin off here, split washer, and then get the peg on. That's done. That's that bit. See the ridge on it? Where that washer goes on there. Got 2 screwdrivers down either side and just prised it and it came off. Now you need to make sure you get this on the right way, so line it up. Now then, this is bent, so it's going to take a bit of forcing. I'll be back.
Several days later.
A couple of days have passed since that last video you just saw then. If you remember, the foot peg bracket was bent. I've had that straightened out. There you go, look. So now this fits in absolutely perfect with no problems. Glad that straightened out. They're £68 and so many pence. So we'll get that put on. I've also bought this product. It's a cleaning product. I need to clean inside the forks where they fit up through the yoke, and I need to put the gear peg on. I have ordered a front mudguard. Let me show you what the old one's like. Now it is clearly scratched to the front. I will keep this. It might come in. I need to practice straightening metal out, but it's warped. I don't think it's this bit that's warped, it's these. I'll go back down there. You can definitely see they're out of kilter, can't you? So it's not going back on the bike. I've been pricing and looking these up. £200 most places. I did a part number search, so that brought up much more options. So if you are looking for parts, get the part number from the official website of your bike and see where else you can find it cheaper. I don't know if you know that trick, but I didn't. I kind of learned it off of videos that I watch. So I ended up getting one of these complete, brand new, for £156 I think, including delivery, so that's okay. Let's continue. So we've got to get that and that onto there, but it needs to be on here. I'm not putting the spring clip on. They're not easy to get on. Split washer. Get it on through there. Got pliers to help me out. I don't know if these will open big enough. They're not easy to get on. I'm sure it'll spring out all over the place at some point. Karen Brober it on last time. So the next time you see that, that'll be on. Done. So I basically just tapped it down with a hammer and it splayed open and went on. Now we've got to get this back on the bike with this nut to make sure it doesn't come loose. I'm going to put some of this product on it, give it a clean up, put some of this on, then fasten it onto the bike. That's as tight as that'll go, and now I'll just have a look to see how the gear changer lever goes on. So the gear changer, it had a slight bend in it. These are £72. I do need a new one because look at the damage on the end. Needs to be right, this bike. So I will be replacing this, but it won't be for a while yet. I don't need to at the moment. It's got that little mark on it, can you see it? A dot about there. Now there's a shaft that comes out on here, and I have to line those up so that it's not too high, it's not too low, just right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this nut out, also put a bit of this on there, stop it vibrating loose, slip it on, get the angles, make sure it looks okay. If it does, we'll use it. If not, it's gone. Let's go down and have a look. So I've brought it down for a closer look. Those are the two marks you have to line up, which gets your gear peg nice and straight. As you can see, we've got a bit of damage around here. I will replace this probably in the spring now, get this one through winter. It's daft putting a new one before bad weather comes. So that's that on. Gear peg, another thing to do. Alright, and now I've got to clean inside the yoke where the forks go. If you're liking this, please hit subscribe. If these series are quite a success, then I might even go buy a bike to repair, but I can only do that if you subscribe to the channel. So in the next episode, I know what's going on because we've time jumped here. I'm kind of time travelling a little bit. You're now going to see the bike without any forks on. That is an episode you don't want to miss, the next episode after this one, so make sure you subscribe for that. However, these forks have never been out. There's a little bit of rust around on the inside of the yoke, so I've got a product. I'm going to clean that out next, get that all ready, because tomorrow for me, which will be 2 episodes for you, the forks might go back in, but honestly you need to subscribe to see that. I am not going to reveal too much for you, but if you look inside there, that is crystal clear, and the other side crystal clear in there. Now when we go to the lower part of the yoke on this side, you can see there's a bit of rust built up in there, so I'm going to polish that out, get that cleaned up as best I can, and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, that's done. A bit better than it was. I've been on it for about half an hour, something like that, and I did the other side as well, which was not as easy to get to. I just did it up through there. This is still in position. Forks are slit up there. I think I'm more or less there for today. I'm going to tidy the garage up a little bit, let's give it a sweep round. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. It does show you that nothing is straightforward, no matter how much you plan for it. I'm finding it alright really. I'm enjoying it, to be quite honest with you. It's just frustrating when things don't go right, isn't it, with these sort of things. There's still a lot to do on the bike. I've got these bars to replace. I mean, look at that clutch lever. That's meant to be there. That's how much that has bent down. See? Look at it. So, as I've mentioned, the forks are out. watch the next episode. I hope you enjoy it, and I'll see you in the next one. Right, next we're going to tot up. I'm not adding everything together until we've done it, but we've got the front wheel done, fork cover to go on, rear indicator done, and front indicator, foot peg. Now this is the price of the foot peg. Are you ready for this? Let's go with 7 to 1 87 pence just for that foot peg. A lot of money, I know. We've got the clutch lever ready to go on. Headlamp ball's getting delivered. It's going to be a few weeks, that one. It's got to come from Japan. Handlebars we've got, but I'm not sure I've got the right ones. They might be too tall. It's all a learning curve for me. This distance here, because the cables for the throttle may not reach, they may not extend, I may have got the wrong bars, I may have wanted ones instead of a medium rise, a low rise. But we'll find out when we try and put those on. If I need to get another pair of bars, I'll get another pair of bars. I'll put them on Facebook Marketplace, half price. Front fenders on order. Grips I already have, and they're not going to cost anything because I already owned them. I had to buy another controller for the heated grips. So grips are no pounds. Left mirror, I bought a pair of those. They're down there ready to go on. Only putting the prices on when we go on. And heat shield, which we got on, 20 quid, can't go wrong. I still need to decide what I'm going to do with the headlamp. I think I'm going to not put the glass one back in, but get an LED one, because these glass ones are not real, and I don't like them. People say you can change the bulb in them. Yeah, I know you can, but I don't like the glass. I just don't like it. I like the look of LED ones, so I want one of those. I want a fly screen, and right down at the bottom of here, what's just off there, I'll tip you down a little bit so you can see. I wrote crash bars. Now my friend reckons crash bars can be as much as a hindrance as they can be good. They can bend in. On this instance they would have definitely bent in and damaged that exhaust, which a second hand one's £1.5. Crash bars are not going on. Now I've added another one at the bottom here. This will give you a clue into the next video. You might just be able to read that. Stanchions for the fork. Alright. That is what you're going to see in the next one, so make sure you subscribe to that. I have to some more times, know where to hang it up, so see you in the next one. Take care.